Hello and Happy New Year from all of us at Backstage Buzz. We are so excited about today's episode where we're going to take you backstage and introduce our whole crew to you. Stay tuned. Welcome to Backstage Buzz at the Mac. I'm Diana Martinez, and we have a very special show for you today. We are going to show you how Backstage Buzz is created each month. But first, I'm going to introduce you to Justin Witte, the curator of the Cleve Carney Gallery, who's going to share some of the highlights of the permanent collection with you and tell us what's coming up this year at the Cleve Carney Gallery. So welcome, Justin. I understand today you're going to show us a little bit of the permanent art collection.
Yeah, at the college we have a great permanent art collection of over 800 pieces. It's a really amazing collection to have in any school, and it serves as kind of like a free public museum to the community. And I'd love to show you some of the work we have on display right now.
Let's go.
All right.
So Justin, tell me what are the ones that you feel everybody should know about or highlight?
Well, we have some great work in the lobby right now. That's some of our recent acquisitions. For instance, this is a Frank Stella print. Frank Stella is probably one of the foremost modern artists in the U.S. Got famous when he was operating in New York in mid-century. He's still making a lot of work. His work is shown across the world, museums all over the world. And this is actually part of a series called the Circuit Series. It's called the Circuit Series because it's actually based on a racetrack.
Oh, okay. I can see it.
Yeah, so this one is based on the Imola 3 racetrack, which you can kind of go in, you start to see the lines working in there. But the other aspect that I really like about it in terms of Stella's work, this is very much in the style that he's known for. Like a lot of fluid lines, bright colors, almost kind of a late 20th century look. This is an excellent piece. And this was donated by Dr. Helga and Dolores Frank just the past year.
You have a lot of amazing pieces that we have had donated, which is really truly where some of the more significant pieces have come, isn't it?
Yeah, we've had fantastic donations.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that we've shown that we can handle taking in the work and that we respect the work and that we show it in a way it should be shown. So I think
maintain it.
And maintain it. We have the facilities
and insure
it. We know how to do all the aspects of it. You know, our crew knows how to handle it. And I think starting with Cleve, you know, when he gave that great gift of his collection to the school, that really kind of gave the green light to other collectors who said, you know, I want my work to be seen, I want to share it with the community, and this is a place where I can leave it.
What about this piece? Tell us about this one.
Victor Passmore, he is maybe not as known to a lot of Americans, but he would be an equivalent to a Warhol or a Stella in England in the same period. So, you know, operating 1950s, 60s, you know, kind of the blooming of abstract art. He was really a big name in English art circles. Okay. And speaking of Andy Warhol,
look at this, right over here.
To add to our already great collection of Warhol pieces, we have, you know, as you know, 6 prints and a number of photographs from the foundation. Again, Dr. Helga and Dolores Frank also gave us this from Warhol's Volcano series. And this one's interesting because it was made just 2 years before his death. Wow. And it goes in line with a lot of his death series, his prints where he was dealing with catastrophe, repeating pictures over and over of catastrophe. And this is, you know, Mount Vesuvius erupting. So
it's powerful.
It is.
And you can see his name right there. Yep.
And that's what's amazing about, you know, people come in, especially the lobby all the time, they're going to see the Nutcracker, they're going to see whatever.
And they don't realize this is right here.
Is that a poster? No, that's the real thing. And what that means is that, you know, laying in his studio, at some point, he was making the final decisions about it. He's signing off the paper, so that kind of air of that space, the moment of that space, of that time is really imbued in that paper, and it's sharing that space with us. So it's really amazing, not just as an artwork, but kind of this historical connection to that period.
I love the way you think. So talk to me. Right now, you have also the Cleve Carney Gallery, right? That's really where you house your big and highlight your big shows that you work on all throughout the year, and you do 6 shows a year.
Yes.
So can you give us a little peek inside what that looks like?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Let's go check it out.
One thing I love about how you influence the space is these walls. Can you explain these walls to everybody? Because I think it's kind of cool.
Sure. When I started here, it was just a big,
one space,
beautiful open space, and there was no way to kind of adapt for different shows, like group shows. Like for instance, this show up right now is part-time art faculty exhibition. So you have a group show of a lot of different work, a lot of pieces in different styles. It's hard to just show them in one big wall.
Right.
So we were able to acquire a mobile wall system. So all of these wall sections are made out of 4-foot by 10-foot sections that lock together and form different configurations.
But they look like they're here permanently, and they work really well.
Well, it's because we're really good.
You are really good. All right, so here we are in the Cleve Carney Gallery.
Yeah.
And right now we are looking at a part-time faculty art exhibit.
That's correct.
Want to tell us about some of the highlights?
Well, sure. We have a lot of pieces that showcase the range of work that our part-time faculty in the art department are working on. Great abstract paintings. I really think that this dress made out of pages from romance novels is a really exceptional piece.
So what's the difference between like this painting and this painting? What would you say this is?
This is representational,
yes.
Whereas this is just an abstract piece that's based on composition. In this case, really dealing with just hard geometric lines, and it's about how the whole piece is composed.
So we have part-time faculty in sculpture, painting, what else? Printmaking,
jewelry making, ceramics.
So you'll see a variety in here today.
Absolutely, yeah. People really like to see this show along with the student show because of that variety.
Right.
They get a sense of a lot of the different work.
This is a gorgeous piece right here.
Yeah.
And really unique and different.
So this piece by Carrie Ann Bronkowski is made out of little cut-out pieces from a romance novel. And it's called Consequences of What You Do to Me, which I think is a line from one of the novels itself. And what's amazing, you can think about the idea of that title tied in with a romance novel, like what is the story behind this? Why are you wearing this narrative? But also just the craft and construction of it is pretty amazing.
It's really, and anybody who's ever had glue and newspaper, it's dangerous. Like the whole thing can be stuck together in 2 seconds. So this is just stunning. She did a beautiful job.
Absolutely.
Beautiful job. So what's coming up? What's coming up in the next year that people should maybe mark their calendars or maybe join your mailing list so they can hear about? You do amazing things. You have openings. You have amazing artists come and do talks for free.
Yeah.
And people can get up close and personal with the artist.
Absolutely.
So we have highlighted.
We have a number of great events coming up, both in the spring and then into the summer and next fall. Our next show is by this artist, Fahim Majid, who is getting a lot of attention now. He just spent the summer creating a floating museum that was going down the river in downtown Chicago. It was stationed at the Riverwalk, but also at Navy Pier during Art Chicago. He is creating a new body of sculptural work, which will be in the space in February. And then this summer, we'll have the second annual Emerging Artists Exhibition.
So now when you talk about this one, I just want everybody at home to know, if you're an artist out there, this is something you can participate in. We wanted something that reached out to the community.
Absolutely, because we serve not only the students and the faculty and the guests at the MAC, but also the greater community. And last year we tried it, so we had an application where artists could submit artwork, and then we had a group of professionals jury the work and put together a show, and it was a huge success. The artists that we had were of really high caliber. A lot of them have been going off to do really wonderful things. And just, again, seeing the amount of quality of work in the space was spectacular.
And I love that we're supporting local artists.
Absolutely.
I think that's awesome.
And there are prizes, too.
There's
good
prizes.
Chance to get some money, yeah.
Isn't it like $1,000 for first prize?
This year we're doing $1,500 for first prize, and then 3 honorable mentions of $500.
Very nice.
So it's a great opportunity. If anyone's interested, they can go to our website, which is clevecarneygallery.org. There's information on how to submit work, or to get on our mailing list to find out about these exhibitions, but also our Visiting Artist series, our free lecture series that goes all year long.
Sign up for the website. It's an awesome series. Thank you so much, Justin.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Buffalo Theater is back on February 1st with Time Stands Still, the story of a real live photojournalist grappling with her changing identity after returning from war-torn Iraq. Performances run through March 4th. On February 2nd, bring the kids to enjoy Dragons Love Tacos and Other Stories, presented by TheaterWorks USA. On February 10th, join all your friends at the MAC for a not-to-be-missed event right in time for Fat Tuesday. The MAC's Mardi Gras party and fundraiser will feature New Orleans food and drink, beer tastings from Two Brothers, a silent auction, and more. But wait, the party doesn't end there. Be sure to stay for the Mardi Gras show, Mojo and the Bayou Gypsies. Screening on February 4th and 8th is the next show from National Theater Live, a new and hip rendition of the family favorite Peter Pan. Then on February 9th, hear from NASA engineer and National Geographic journalist Kobe Boykins as he shares his experiences exploring Mars. The Second City will be back on February 17th for the best Valentine's date in town, complete with chocolates and hearts for everyone. On February 18th, the all-star Cuban orchestra Cubanismo will sizzle and swing in a critically acclaimed concert. I am so excited to introduce you to the people who make this show possible month after month. And we're going to take you behind the scenes so you can meet them all. But first, I want you to meet Cory Kyle, who's the producer of the show. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Welcome to your show, Cory.
Yeah, thanks.
So, Cory, tell me, what's your favorite part about doing the show?
Well, working with you.
Oh, geez Louise.
I like all of it. My favorite real part would probably be all the acts that we bring on and actually get to see like everything that's behind the scenes really develop. Some of my favorites were like when we had EJ Cameron on. He was just...
From Second City?
Yeah, from Second City. It was so cool to watch that all unfold. As far as my position, though, I really like working in the studio because I do a little bit more than produce. I do producing when I work with you, of course.
And you edit?
And I edit the episodes. I do all the lighting, and then I coordinate everything with Molly.
And you help write, kind of, right?
Yeah.
You help create the show.
Yeah.
So, Cory, besides what you do with us, this is just a small part of your job, right, for multimedia. What else do you do?
So at Multimedia, we really are full-time for the college. So we do like events. So they have like the Campus 5K, so we've recorded that, and then we do little promotional videos. We're also online support for online classes, so we do some of the video and those recordings, and then we have people who take care of actually putting them online. Multitude of things like that.
And you do commercials for the college. You do so much. And you have your own TV show, right? The college has its own TV show you guys produce.
Yeah, this.
Well, beyond this, right?
Yes.
You do other programs, right?
Yeah, we do. We have Images, which is our magazine program, which just simply promotes the college and lets the public know what's going on at COD.
How many people do you think work in multimedia?
We have 8 full-time staff currently, 1 associate producer who's fairly new. We'll see her in a little bit. And then we have various amounts of student aides. So right now we have 2, but we try to keep between 2 and maybe 5 student aides.
One thing that always impresses me if I'm walking around the campus, you guys are always there. You're there for the games, you're there for the theater, you're there for marketing, you're there for the student activities. And we have 3,000 employees who all have great things going on. So there's got to be a lot of demand, yeah?
Yeah, we are every year, every month of the year, we are pretty busy, even when the college isn't here. For example, now it is, while we're recording
like today.
Yeah, it's Christmas break or holiday break for everybody, and our staff is actually having one of the busiest weeks we've had all year.
You're the hardest working people in show business. I want to introduce somebody. Come on, this is our newest associate producer.
Yes.
And she is actually going to take you backstage and introduce you to all the amazing people who put this show together month after month.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Figley. I'm the new associate producer here at Multimedia at College of DuPage. Today we're going to take a backstage look at Multimedia Studios, where we film Backstage Buzz, and just see what everyone does around here. Okay, so we're going to start over here with Kevin. Hey Kevin, you want to tell us a little bit about what you do here?
Sure, yeah, I run camera for Backstage Buzz, the marketing show for the MAC here at the college.
Okay. And then do you do anything in post-production after the show's all done?
Yeah, when Cory's all done shooting and editing it, we send it out to 12 cable stations throughout DuPage County, and also it's on our own WDCB TV.
Okay, very cool. Thank you. All right, we're going to head over here to Chris now.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. You want to tell us a little bit about what you do here?
Sure. Today I'm in the role of floor director for Backstage Buzz, and when we're in the middle of a production, there's a lot going on. We have guests, we have our host, we have all the crew members, and I'm kind of trying to organize it as best as possible. So, you'll see me giving hand signals, time cues to Diana and some of the guests, maybe making some adjustments in the studio. And I'm the voice between the control room and the studio. In case they need something done, I can hear them and then I can help make that happen.
Yeah. So it sounds like you wear a lot of hats. Do you have like a favorite part of the show that you typically run that you like to handle?
I like working with the talent. You know, I think there's a lot of excitement being up here with all the lights and whatnot, and I do my best to kind of calm it down and keep it organized as best as possible. But it's always fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go over to Ed. Hey, Ed.
Hi, Kelly.
You want to tell us about your job here?
Well, I am a member of the studio crew for Backstage Buzz, and typically I run a camera. It's Diana Martinez's camera, and not only do I have to pay attention to my instructions from the director, I'm listening intently to every word that Diana says, because after the show is over, I have to write the marketing copy that will accompany each episode as it goes out for cable distribution, and it's also seen on the Max YouTube channel.
Okay, very cool. How long apparently does it take you approximately to write out that copy?
Well, I like to take my time because there's a lot of creative things that you can do with the copy. It usually only takes a couple of hours in order to get something done, but I might look at it and wordsmith it for a while. So I want to create copy that's going to entice someone to want to watch the show or click on the link. So anything that can get somebody interested.
Makes sense. There you go, thank you. So that's it for everyone here in the studio. We're going to head into the control room next. Okay, so to start off in the control room, we're going to talk to Mike. He is a student worker here at Multimedia Studios. So can you tell us a little bit about your job here?
Yeah, it's I get to do a little bit of everything here. I just help out where I'm needed, and I try to go the extra mile while I'm working with everybody. It's great. For the show, I'm usually here on teleprompter, and this just helps the on-talent remember what they're trying to say.
So you're a student worker. Has this been a good experience for you to do while you're also studying?
Yeah, it's great. I get to do stuff here that I wouldn't really be able to do anywhere else.
Awesome. Well, thank you. All right, we'll head up here then. All right. Hey, Elmir, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You want to tell us a little bit about your job here?
I make things work.
You make things work. He does. Yeah. What specifically does the station control?
I honestly have no idea.
Good. Okay, we're going to keep going. So tell us a little bit about what your job is.
So I'm an engineer here. I make sure everything looks pretty, everything works. So whenever the director has a problem, I guess I'm the one to blame. So
you're the handyman of the area?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
That's about it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, we're here with Paul.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
That was a little bit of an accent right there.
Well, a little bit.
A little bit. All right, do you want to tell us about your job here?
Well, here on Backstage Buzz, I direct the cameras and I switch the cameras. So, and Cory tells me what he kind of wants to look, how he wants it to look, and I kind of follow that.
And you basically have like the head control of like who does what, who's framing and everything within regards.
Camera and stuff like that, and I get to yell at the guys sometimes, just for fun.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds fun. Oh, great. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, and then we're gonna head over here to Jim. What do you do on Backstage Buzz?
I usually don't work on Backstage Buzz. I'm the manager at Multimedia Services. So aside from doing Backstage Buzz, Multimedia provides video and multimedia projects throughout the college. We do things for marketing communications and community relations and media relations. We provide support for faculty, for online courses. We do promotional videos for students to give them an idea what to expect from their classes, and any other support that the college needs. We provide the president's office with support, administrators. We stream all of the board meetings, and so community could view those.
Yeah. So Backstage Buzz really is just a very small portion of everything that multimedia handles here at the college.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, great. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Cool. All right. And then last but not least, we have Molly right here.
Hello.
Hi. So you want to tell us about your job here?
Sure. I'm a producer and writer for Backstage Buzz, and I work at the MAC, so I'm really the liaison between multimedia and the MAC. So I get answers from the director who she wants to interview, and I work on securing the guests, getting them all available on the same day, and a lot of communication and planning beforehand, and then I write the script for the episode.
Awesome. That sounds very exciting. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, and then attached to the control room, we have a little audio suite right here. And here is Sal. Hi. So you want to tell us about your position?
Yeah, I am the sound engineer for Backstage Buzz. So I make sure that everyone's mic'd up properly and you're not seeing any wires, and also make sure that there's proper sound recorded for all of our recording devices and playback. Also, I'm in charge of communications. There's got to be a way to talk to from people in the control room out to the studio, make sure that that's worked correctly. And also a little bit on post-production end, I make sure that all the DVDs and media gets out to the cable station, so oversee that process.
Very cool. So audio, can that sometimes be a little tricky, a little challenging to make sure it gets just right, being in a separate room from it?
Actually, I love being separate here because it gets kind of crazy with all the producers and directors, so I like to be isolated here and capture the cleanest audio we can.
Microphone number 1. Welcome to Backstage Buzz, the show where we give you the buzz that is backstage.
All right, well, that's basically all the different positions that you have here on Backstage Buzz. Thanks.
I am so glad that you got to go backstage with Kelly and see the studios at the multimedia department. It's truly amazing. And when you think about it, it's not that big of a crew that does all this work and creates all this programming. They are really dedicated, amazing people, and we're so lucky to have them here with us. Cory, before I let you go, I want to talk about something you just did for us, a really cool project that you did. So we had a tour come in, $1 Million Quartet, and they did their show $1 Million Christmas, and they wanted an archive recording of it, right? And they called who?
They called Multimedia Services.
That's right.
At College of DuPage.
Which was so awesome. So how was that?
The show itself was outstanding. I would have gone to see that just if I knew that there were tickets available. There were not. It was sold out. Right. But working on it was amazing. It was fun working with roughly the same crew that we do for Backstage Buzz, and then working with their coordinator and collectively making decisions on how it was going to look.
Now, the difficult part about a show like that is you guys come in, you start setting up, I walk in and go, wait a minute, I have 800 people here, you cannot be here, right?
Yes.
And so when you're doing a show live like that, in front of an audience that's live, who's paying, right? So now we have to be respectful of them, but yet get the shot. How'd you do that?
Well, we try to be respectful of both sides, what we need and then what you're trying to relate to your guests, because they are paying customers. Right. They want to enjoy the show, and we really don't want to get in their way either. So we come up with compromises, and I try to convince you to let me do as much as I can.
And it worked out fine.
And I thought it did too, and I think the end product's turning out really nice.
No, then at the end, you actually had them recreate some shots, right? So you can get some close-ups and get right where you need to be?
Yes, exactly. Because we weren't able to get into those crowd positions, we had them redo the show again afterwards so we could get those shots at those positions that we wanted to. And then we could kind of direct them more for where we wanted them to be and what part of the song we'd be focusing on what instrument.
So can you share a little bit with our audience of what you taped?
Yes, we have a small little cut of it, and here it is.
Awesome.
It's a one for the money, people show. You get ready now, go, step on my research shoes. You can do anything, lay off of my research shoes.
Train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, that time keeps dragging on, but that train keeps rolling on down to San Antonio.
Come on over.
was a really wonderful show. That clip looks awesome.
Absolutely.
So if people want to learn more about multimedia services or get more information on the programming, who can they call?
They can call 630-942-4299, or they can go to cod.edu/multimedia.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Diana Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to check back next month where we'll have more interviews and behind the scenes stories with what's going on backstage at the MAC. Thanks so much for watching.